Yeah, so I've made up my mind. My name is Plazukas, and this video is going to be on gacha players. If you are a content creator or above the age of 18 and are currently playing Eastern Style Gacha games, or even gacha games that allow for children to dress like an adult in scantily clad outfits, yeah, you might be a pedophile. And I am so adamant in that message that I'm done. Ever since Epic 7 decided to put baby versions of their adult characters inside the game, ever since Honkai Star Rail decided to be ambiguous with their characters, and now with the recent reveal of Zero's latest character, who's like a squirrel slash lion something furry kid with like really short shorts. I'm done. In other countries, it may be acceptable. It may be culturally normal to look at younger women and sexualize them, but in the United States, it's not. Maybe in Canada, it's fine. Maybe in Mexico, it's fine. Maybe in Japan, it's fine. Maybe in China, it's fine. Maybe in Russia, it's fine. Maybe in Mexico or Africa, it's fine. Maybe in Europe, it's fine. In America, it's not. And I'm done. So I made a video earlier today on stream, and I'm just going to play that right after this. But I just wanted this opener to be cold and direct to the point. Even if the game currently does not have those type of characters, it will most likely include them at some point in time during its live service span. Time and time again, when a live service needs to boost its numbers, it will either bring out big booba women. Some are adults, some are fine, attractive, older style women. But once they know their audience is younger or potentially something else, because Japan, China, other countries, other cultures, they'll release these other characters that are 1,000-year-old vampires that look like kids, that are dressed very, very thinly. And then they'll also include furries as people. So yeah. Yeah, I think gacha is dead. In America, at least. And if you do play it, yeah, maybe you should be on the FBI most wanted list. Here's the video.
Saying that you're not going to engage.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I think the gacha space is some of the most superficial shit I've ever seen in my entire life. The fact that the last 10 minutes of this conversation has just been fucking the dumbest shit ever, and which is why I think Tectone is the person that you need to cover, because he kind of like cuts through a lot of it and makes it extremely dangerous and vitriolic, whereas all these petty people are just literally scratching each other in the face and they're not actually affecting anything. All the while playing a game that literally has kids dress up like they're grown adults in suggestive outfits. And yet, someone like Santontos wants to make jokes about genocide, you know, maxing out a character who probably does look like a kid ultimately, um, while still playing a game that clearly has kids that look like that dress like an adult. There is no difference here. Whether you're maxing that character, Whether you're interacting with that character, you're in the space, and that's no different than you watching it, you being around it. It's an acceptance. It's an acknowledgement that you are okay with it. So we have these characters here, right? All of which are technically borderline children that are dressed up in various different scantily clad outfits. This is from Epic 7. This is from Arknights. This is from Grand Blue Fantasy, the game. And if you go down here, all the way down here, you got another one from Arknights, and you have another one from Epic 7. Epic 7 specifically just released, and I don't know if they're still on this cadence or not, but they released baby versions of, all these characters essentially that are like, I don't know if they're dressed appropriately, but even if they aren't, it's just the fact that those characters are now baby forms of what we know as adult characters, and it just blurs the line. And I don't understand the reason or the rationale for it, other than not wanting to create new characters and then it being difficult for development. But then again, you can just do alternate versions like you've been doing of those characters as them being pseudo adults, which was already borderline bad to begin with Epic 7. It's not the reason I liked the game, was because of the women or the men and how they were dressed. It was because I liked the gameplay loop of the turn-based aspect of it and the kind of the world that they built aesthetically. But that just kind of took on too much. Destiny's Child here, I just put this in Blue Archive. Apparently, are two of the biggest offenders of games that have these kind of like chibi characters that are dressed suggestively, right? And then if you look recently at Genshin Impact, there's a bunch of Genshin Impact characters that look very young. Official outfits are modest, but some fans depict them that are highly sexualized. So again, taking what the developers already make that are clearly children, and this has been an issue with Eastern development for a while, but at least the mainstream stuff, a lot of it, they don't go that far. But the gacha scene, because these are characters that can be pulled, they literally go up to the limit. In some cases, they go past the limit. And that's including what they're going to release in Zenloone Zero, which is this character. Are you kidding me?
I'm a senior of Swapian Temple, Tiger Thyron Jufufu, the righteous heroine Master Ju. Truth.
I'm sorry, but I just don't think that a character like this, specifically, and it's like a blend between a furry, and a child, right? And although its outfit is not that bad, like you really can't, I'm not going to focus on it again. That is not my intention here. It isn't that bad, but at the same time, like, why? Why even blur that line? What audience are you trying to cater to? And if you are trying to cater to a younger demographic, then I don't understand how you can do that from an advisory board, from a ratings board, and it not be overly sexualized or suggestive material to the point where it'd be N17 plus material. And if it is, then it has no place for characters that look like this. It seems antithetical. So when you have literally conversations in the Genshin gacha space, okay, or the Honkai Star Rail place, or the Zenloone Zero, or the Withering Waves place, it is, in my opinion, perverse. I'm going to say that unequivocally. I think me playing these kind of games, even Epic 7, now that I look back at it, hindsight, even though I know I didn't, and I'm sure that Tectone doesn't, and I'm sure that Santonto's done it, and I'm sure that Genazad doesn't, and I'm sure that Mr. Pookie doesn't, and I'm sure that Magi, whatever her name is, doesn't. it's still there. And you are culpable for it. I'm guilty of it, just like they are guilty of it. Doesn't make us anything. Doesn't make us PDFs. Doesn't make us lolly lovers. Doesn't make us, fringy or borderline. Doesn't make us a furry. However, it does expose us to it. Children that are literally dressed as sexualized adults, and to the point of this article, or to this specific, but some fans depict as highly sexualized. And it could be people of an age that is similar to the actual character that is being developed and inside the game. But why in the fuck can you justify that, period? Without it being N17 plus. And then if it is, there shouldn't be characters that look like that, because you're catering to a fucking audience of adults and you're basically distributing children as looking like adults. Do you understand? So I don't think these games should be able to exist, and I don't think you have any fucking leg to stand on to criticize other people for X6 in one fucking style of character and not another. Santontos. And this whole gacha cash shit, this whole fucking circle jerk that's happening in this community, so superficial. And the community itself is so superficial. And the fact that the Discord from Textone is fucking has a section that's non-safe for work and then has these anime girls, and he constantly displays them. And yeah, most of them are adults, and he's going to distinguish between the ones that are adults and criticize the ones that are children. But you're fucking in that same ecosystem. And there isn't an Eastern style gacha game that will not stoop to that level. And the point that I can use is Epic fucking 7. Epic 7 had chibi baby versions of them, which is borderline. Now that I think of it, Marvel Snap does the same fucking thing too. Let me look at this real quick. So I'm being indoctrinated to games that I actually do like that are that as well. But as far as I'm concerned, I think all of Marvel Snap's characters are above age. Am I wrong? I know there's probably some questionable ones. They're not depicting teenagers in that way, I would hope. Like Magic is above age. Like this art here that depicts Magic. The glare is kind of affecting it. I think she's above age. Now, there are chibi versions of these characters as well. Let me just look for that real quick. Chibi, and you can do that easily in this game. There's baby versions, but the chibi versions are a bit more of an offender. So you have Mariah Hill. I mean, Mystique's a little bit suggestive. There's no doubt about that. But I believe Mystique is of age in the comics. But it's a fucking slippery slope still. It's still a slippery slope even with this kind of games. And this is a gacha kind of style game. Card games are gacha style as well. So maybe that's an issue that I have to unfortunately deal with. Because it's inappropriate. And it blurs the line between societal norms and perverted tendencies. I don't even know what it's called. Whatever this whole PDF thing is, and insinuating all this stuff, and like how many times this word is thrown out in this community, when in reality it applies to essentially everybody, because of how exposed you are to the characters that are technically scantily clad, kid looking characters. There's no debate in that.